Okay, welcome. Thanks so much for clicking this link. Hopefully you find these resources so useful and can start using them tomorrow. If you are like so many teachers across America, across the world, you are looking for strategies on how to quiet a classroom. Don't feel that you are not succeeding in education because your kids are chatty. They're children, they're going to be chatty, but we can rein them in, and we are going to offer you today our 5 best strategies that have worked day in and day out over 20 years in education. I am Lauren Zabigan. I am the founder of Lesson Plan Toolbox, where I help K-3 educators avoid burnout by serving as their virtual teacher assistant. I give them so much time back in their days, and it is just such a wonderful career. I love what I'm doing. I am a former assistant principal and educator of 20 years, and today I'm here sharing with you my best tips on how to quiet a classroom without raising your voice, because that's probably the biggest no-no. You don't want to raise your voice any higher than what they're already creating. Okay, so let's jump into this, right? Whatever happens, the students get off task. You might be at your board and you might be writing or typing in a website, and your class starts to think that they can chat with each other. And all of a sudden you turn around and you say, okay, we're ready to start. And the next thing you know, they're ignoring you, or they're just not listening, whatever it may be. How do you get them back? Here's a simple strategy, and you probably do this already in your classroom, but it's always good to review, right? First things first, you could very easily introduce call and responses, okay? Some of my favorites are macaroni cheese, and they say, everybody freeze. Or you could say peanut butter, they say jelly time. Whatever it is that comes to mind that will get their attention and get them to quiet down. If you don't want to create any more noise in your classroom, then you might even consider doing visual cues. These are amazing. So you might do something as turning off the lights. Train them starting tomorrow that when those lights go off, their lips are sealed. If they don't seal their lips, then you need to have a conference with them, whether it's a minute off recess, whatever, whenever it may be. Maybe, I'm not a big fan of taking recess away, but maybe even taking a minute off tech time and saying, we need to chat, you know our procedures, you didn't follow through with our procedures today, so we need to do better, and have that little chat of a conference with them, okay? If you've tried the lights, you might do a hand signal, right? Some teachers do this, some teachers do this, some teachers do the whole hand. Whatever it may be that you're comfortable with, that's what you want to try and do, okay? Depending on the age, I'm very comfortable with K-3. That's my niche, that's my area. Third graders, sometimes they think the hand signals are a little too childish, but the kindergartners love it, especially if you are walking in a hallway. All you have to do is raise those 2 fingers, and my goodness, you're gonna have a whole line of kids behind you raising their 2 fingers. And when you pass that school office, your principal's gonna say, what a wonderful line you have. Look at how well this class is listening and following directions. I just love what I'm seeing. As an administrator, I know for the teacher that gave you such a sense of pride, I always would compliment when I saw a straight, quiet line in a hallway. Teachers loved it, the kids loved it, and then hopefully they got to go back to the classroom and, I don't know, do a brain break or something for fun because they were behaving so well and it got recognized. So important. Okay, so we did call and responses, which you're probably already doing. We did hand signals, like if you don't want to talk, or I should say visual cues. If you don't want to talk, lights off, hand signals. You might do a snapping motion. Whatever you're comfortable with is what you would want to lean into with that. My next one, this one is probably one that I used with 2nd and 3rd graders, and it worked really, really well. Actually, I've used it with kindergarten too, and it worked amazing with them. So I guess it is cross grade level. I would say, if you hear my voice, clap once. If you hear my voice, clap twice. If you hear my voice, I would like you to do a body check. Now this leads into a next technique, which is the body check, okay? The body check is magical. You're going to teach the children, when they hear the words body check, back straight, feet flat. If they are wearing masks, you might say mask up, bottom in seat, eyes on me. It works so well, I cannot even tell you. So right there, that's kind of like a 2-for-1. If you hear my voice, clap once. If you hear my voice, clap twice. If you hear my voice, clap 3 times. If you hear my voice, do a body check. Back straight, feet flat, mask up, bottom in seat. You might come up with motions, right? Back straight, feet flat, mask up, bottom in seat. You will get to a point where when they hear body check, you won't even have to say those anymore. You'll say, boys and girls, show me a body check. Boom, they will show it to you. Especially, like I said, 2nd and 3rd graders, really, really good one for them, and keeps them on task when they tend to get a little bit chatty. But again, I used it with kindergarten when I was subbing in there, and it was wonderful for them too. Okay, and the final tip I'm going to give you for quieting a classroom is using the calm, quiet classroom technique. This is magical as well. You have a class, they come back from lunch and they put the lunch boxes down, and they think it's a free-for-all because you still are sending kids to lockers and kids are running up to you, so-and-so, hit me at lunch and blah, 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 whatever it may be. That was the longest part of the school day, was that 10 minutes coming back from lunch because you had to deal with all the drama that happened. And that's when a lot of the chattiness can happen in your day, I'm sure. So what do, right? Boys and girls, we are going to have a calm, quiet classroom. For 2 minutes, we are going to sit, lights will be off, your bodies are still, your feet are flat. You may put your head down. We are not moving, we are not drawing, we are not coloring. We are having a calm, quiet classroom. If you want to push it so far as they are in a body check with hands folded, feel free to do that. Depending on the discipline that's going on in your classroom, they may need that next level. I usually let them put their heads down and just let the room get calm. And, when we were about 45 seconds into it, I would say, boys and girls, this is your time to be calm. Let your body relax. Just breathe. Just breathe. And then let that last minute play out nice and quiet. Hopefully you don't get any interruptions, and pick up from there. And then you might say, when we came into this classroom, we know that we put our bodies on our seats and we put our lunch boxes on our desks until we're called to our lockers. That did not happen today. Tell me what you saw happening. And then you take some answers. Okay, so these are the things we saw today. How are we going to change this for tomorrow so that way we can do better? And then you take their answers. It works so, so well. They know what to do. They want to show you what to do, and they want to make you happy. For whatever reason, we as teachers, we try to be perfectionists, and we take to heart when our students are not necessarily on task, listening, following directions, and we have to let that go. The only thing we can control are our actions, right? We can't let that ruin our day or beat ourselves up thinking that we're not cut out for this because the kids are talking. What we can do is watch videos like this, seek the help and guidance that we need, and learn and grow. You grow 1% every day in some form of your career. My goodness, by the end of one school year, you'll have grown 180 some percent, right? That's pretty miraculous. So again, I am Lauren Zavigan, the founder of Lesson Plan Toolbox, where I help K-3 teachers avoid burnout by serving as their virtual teacher assistant and giving them tips and tricks like this. This is what I do. This is what I love. So hopefully this helped you. I would love to hear if you use any of these strategies. Give us a follow on Instagram and then message me and let me know. I would love to hear about it. Okay, have a great school year, and we'll talk to you soon.